Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's talk about the chance of some snow showers moving into portions of Utah as we go throughout the next 24 hours. Now, the good news is that we're not expecting any activity out there for you for your morning commute and throughout most of the first half of the day. So you should be fine for anything that you're doing. And really, this is not going to be a blockbuster storm system, so we're not expecting any significant impacts. But there will be some snow showers out there for you that could impact you, especially for your evening commute and then as we go into your Wednesday morning commute. So as you look at the weather map itself, you'll be able to see we had a little moisture showing up on radar right now. This is what we call virgus. So it's precipitation falling from the clouds, but as it runs into a dry layer of air above us, it evaporates before it reaches the ground. So that's not going to be really impacting us. The main core of the storm system is up to the north. And you can see there's not a ton of moisture with this. In fact, the latest trends in the data is showing a somewhat drier system moving our way. But at the same time, it's also showing some extra colder air with it as well. So what that means is I think there's a better chance of even the lower valley floors of seeing at least some measurable snowfall accumulations over the next 24 hours. But I also think that's going to cut into the amounts because it's a drier system, especially for the mountains, not looking at any major snowfall accumulations. So again, this is just virga, not reaching the ground. Here comes the next storm system that we're watching. That low pressure drops in. So through lunchtime, we're quiet. But after the afternoon, lunchtime into the afternoon hours here, we'll start to see some moisture filling in. It may start off briefly as a rain-snow mix here along the Wasatch Front. But again, this system is going to trend a little colder, so I think anything will be mixing will switch over fairly quickly over to just some plain snow showers as we go into the evening hours, especially once the sun sets and the temperature falls near the freezing mark. So this will be the best potential to pick up some light accumulations as we go throughout the evening hours. And then notice by the time we get towards tonight, we'll still have that chance of some snow showers, but it starts to shift down closer towards the I-70 corridor. And I think as you wake up tomorrow morning, I-70 and south and east will have the better chances of some snow shower activity showing up across south and southeastern Utah before we all dry out as the system pushes to the east by Wednesday afternoon. High pressure builds in as we go into your Thursday as well. And then we'll watch to the north and west for that potential, a little bit of an atmospheric river as we get towards your Thursday into Friday. So as we look at your snowfall accumulation map, this is what you're going to notice. First off, notice compared to yesterday, more areas showing a chance of seeing some snowfall accumulations, but also notice not nearly the amounts of pinks and purples showing up here again as this thing is trending a little drier. So that means snowfall amounts overall will be lower. So for the northern mountains, it's looking like we're going to be talking about more of a 2 to 4 inch event. Meanwhile, the central mountains about a 3 to 6 inch event, just because the moisture hang on a little longer and kind of pivot closer towards central Utah. And then 1 to 3 inches for the benches and the Wasatch back, with about a trace to maybe up to an inch along the Wasatch front. But I do think this will give us the best chance of a first measurable snowfall, whether it be 1/10 of an inch of snow or maybe up to a 1/2 inch to an inch, either way along the Wasatch front. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there for us for places like Salt Lake City. All right, so traveling, again, some wet roadways may develop as early as this afternoon, but I think any spotty road snow will be a problem primarily as we get into the evening hours once the sun sets. And then as we get towards your Wednesday morning, that's when it will go with the red light there, and that's when we could see more issues with some slowdowns with a little more widespread road snow. But again, still not a big event. Temperatures upper 20s towards Cache Valley, low 30s along the Wasatch Front, 20s and 30s, including our first freeze of the season so far down in St. George. We'll be in the low 40s this afternoon before the precipitation begins to move in. We'll talk about that evening light snow developing specifically really early as this afternoon, but especially by this evening. We'll be near 50 up towards southwest Utah with sunshine and some slightly cooler temperatures. All right, 50 degrees over the next few days with those temperatures trending towards 60 down south as we get towards the upcoming weekend with lots of sunshine expected. Meanwhile, along the Wasatch Front, we'll be seeing those temperatures in the low 40s for your Tuesday, but only in the 30s for your Wednesday and the Thursday, followed by a little bit of a warm-up as we head towards the weekend, but we'll be watching that Friday, Saturday time frame for our next weather maker. All right, let's get a quick check on the roads this morning. As we get you out the door, you'll be able to see. Looking okay out there this morning, as we've got just a little bit of light traffic showing up out there across the area. Of course, keeping an eye on this, I do want to let you know there is an accident here with a tractor trailer. A truck ran into a tractor trailer on 4800 South in Mountain View corridor. That's on the southbound side. So if you're traveling on Mountain View southbound, it's closed from 4100 South to 5400 South. And again, we'll keep an eye on that there. The fire has been knocked down, but still got to clear up that accident. We'll keep you updated with the latest traffic and weather throughout the morning. But for now, let's get you back over to the news desk.